Hello, welcome to the Vanarama National League highlight show. After a week of trophy and cup action, all 24 clubs return to league duty, seeking to provide fans some cheer before a busy festive period. Over the next half an hour, we'll bring you all the highs and lows. We start with leaders Leyton Orient, who craved a win following a first defeat in 10 matches. And it now seems the O's have an off-field fight on their hands to keep in-form striker Macaulay Bonne. 5 Premier League teams have expressed an interest in the 23-year-old, who's scored 17 goals this season. Keen to unearth another Jamie Vardy, Leicester City are among those interested. Orient got off to the ideal start in East London as less than 10 minutes in, the ever-dangerous Josh Koroma cut inside, beating Callum Burton to score an 8th of the campaign, doubling his tally from last season. Going into the clash, Chesterfield were unbeaten in 10, the division's best record. They levelled before the interval via Lee Shaw and the head of Alex Kiwomya. The Doncaster loanee's got 3 in his last 2. Orient's last game in the 5th tier was a 1-0 defeat at Boreham Wood, a first away loss of the campaign in the league. On the hour mark, a Joby McAnuff delivery was turned into the net by Marvin Ekpetita, 2-1. With minutes to go in the capital, the O's reliable 37-year-old was again involved in attack, and after being brought down in the box by Burton, secured a late penalty. Bonne scored to make it 18 for the season, becoming National League top scorer at Christmas.
With 9 home wins at the Peninsula Stadium this season, Salford City had the perfect opportunity to bounce back from defeat last time out in the league and try to keep pace with Leyton Orient. A 13th minute opener from Carl Piergiani, just the start that Graham Alexander would have wanted from his promotion-chasing side. Peter Taylor's men are no pushovers though. Their recent form is outstanding, having picked up 19 points from the last 24 available. A lot of that is down to the goal-scoring exploits of Connor Wilkinson. After his initial shot was saved, the on-loan Gillingham striker did what all good players do and readied himself for the next opportunity. When it came just seconds later, he took it. That's 5 goals in 6 games now, and every time Wilkinson scores, the Daggers go on to win. This proved to be no different. Angelo Ballanta's header inflicting a first home league defeat on the Ammies.
It was a decent start, and we got the lead, and deservedly so, and we should have built on it from that, but we didn't. We felt we took off the pedal a little bit, and we need to show the right hunger and sort of ruthlessness really to go on and win the game.
Wrexham's search for a new manager is complete as the club installed caretaker Graham Barrow as permanent boss. The former Dagenham assistant came to North Wales in the summer with Sam Ricketts, insisting a few weeks ago he didn't want to be the main man full-time. Barrow says a change of heart came about because of encouragement from Roberto Martinez, who he worked with at Wigan. Wrexham had a trip this weekend to struggling Aldershot Town, who are potentially about to have a managerial conundrum of their own, as Gary Waddock's been strongly linked to League One Bristol Rovers. Earlier in the week, Shot's injury crisis forced the selection of an academy side for an FA Trophy replay against Bedford Town, a clash that Aldershot were thrashed in 7-0. The best chance of the first half in Hampshire fell the way of James Jennings. The ex-Cambridge United defender's already scored this season, but saw an effort on this occasion deflected over the bar. Then in the second half, a fantastic Will Mannion's save stopped the Dragons taking the lead on the road. Akil Wright was also unable to break the deadlock as the fixture ended without a goal. Wrexham have kept 3 clean sheets in a row now as Aldershot are without a victory in 6.
It's a clean sheet against a very good side. Gives us something to build on. I thought the players gave everything today. A wonder save by Will Mannion as well to keep that clean sheet. Alex has come in and performed very well. Carly slotted in alongside him. But everybody today give it everything, and I think we deserved the point.
I felt we were just off it a little bit, particularly first half. I thought we really pushed to try and win it second half, but the keeper made some good saves and we weren't quite at our best, but I can't really fault the effort.
This would be Eastleigh keeper Max Stryek's last appearance for the club as he returns to parent side Sunderland. Not because he wants to be a star in season 2 of the League One side's Netflix documentary, but because he's homesick. 2 minutes into his farewell appearance, he was caught out by Joe Leasley's snap shot. If Stryek is homesick, Harrogate must be away sick. They can't find a win on the road for love nor money and surrendered their lead 25 minutes later as Ben Williamson fired in his 4th goal in 7. Eastleigh had drawn their previous 4 at the Silver Lake Stadium and looked to be heading for another share of the points until substitute Kavanagh Miley's winner 8 minutes from time. 3 points for Eastleigh, who will now need to bring in another keeper to replace Stryek.
Fantastic win against a good side. I think first half we were exceptional today. I thought it was some fantastic football play. We worked really hard in the week on a different shape and a different system.
They came on stronger and stronger as the first half progressed, but second half I thought we were in the ascendancy for the majority of the game.
On Tuesday, Solihull Moors came desperately close to a dream FA Cup tie with Arsenal after fighting back from 2 goals down in their second round replay at League One Blackpool. It was an unfortunate extra time penalty that meant heartbreak for Tim Flower's men. The club miss out too on a significant payday. The Moors manager was still full of praise for his team's efforts and immediately set disappointment aside by strengthening his squad, signing Nathan Blissett from Macclesfield. His goals played a big part in earning EFL promotion, but he wasn't included in Solihull's squad against a Barrow side unbeaten in 4 games without conceding a goal. In the first period, Darren Carter took aim at goal with the outside of his boot, unable to beat Joel Dixon. On the other side of the break, Dixon was called into action again as a result of a move involving a Carter back heel and a shot from Jermaine Hilton. With a quarter of an hour to play in the West Midlands, the unmarked John Rooney arrived on the edge of the box, getting the better of the home team's keeper Ryan Boots. 1-0 it finished. Barrow have now won 3 on the bounce in the National League.
Very pleased. Really difficult place to come. Solihull are doing great in the league and in the FA Cup, as we saw in midweek. They put the ball in dangerous areas. They make you defend. They look for mistakes. You know, it's a physical encounter when you come here, and you need to stand up to that. I thought my boys did that exceptionally well.
There was a battle of 2 playoff hopefuls at Mill Farm as Dave Challoner's Fylde hosted Gary Hill's Ebbsfleet. The 2 managers arrived in very different moods. Challoner had been furious after his side's defeat to 10-man Dover, whilst Hill had extended his unbeaten start with Fleet to 5 matches, thanks to victory over Barnet. Both men, though, recognised the importance of successfully navigating the busy festive fixture list.
It's the busiest part of the year. It's the part of the year with most temptation for players, but the rewards could be massive. It's a massive opportunity. 5 games in 14 days. The league table could look a whole lot different in 2 weeks' time, and the Dover game, we should have been out of sight in terms of the chances we had. We've not stuck them away, and the game almost became too easy for us. It just shows how football can swing. Hopefully it's a big learning curve for us, one that will have hurt, but will benefit in the long run.
Our 5-game period in the league, we've done very well, and the last 6 league games they've scored 9, or Ebbsfleet have scored 9, conceded only 1. So things are very positive that side. 14 points out of 18, and it's pushed us into an area now where, you know, we're looking at above us. You know, it's a very important period of the season now, as we see, with 5 games in 14 days, and then, you know, we come here against AFC Fylde, who are going very well. Great home record. Danny Rowe up top prolific goal scorer. We've only conceded 1 goal in the last 6 league games. It's got everything about here today. There's no doubt about it. They're going to be 4-3-3. We match up and winner take all.
The Fylde Stadium announcer's Santa Claus themed jacket caught the eye as the teams came out. But once the match started, it was the Fylde players vying for attention. Zane Francis Angol's enterprising run setting up an early opportunity for the home side. After breaking down an attack at one end, he ran well beyond halfway. A slice of luck after his pass inside deflected out wide to Nick Horton. The midfielder yet to score for the club since joining from Salford City. His wait continues after Nathan Ashmore pushed his shot wide. Ebbsfleet came into this match on an 8-game unbeaten run in the league and came back with their own attacking threat. Andy Drury recalled to the starting 11, pushing his claim for a regular starting spot by testing Jay Lynch. Fylde took the lead just before the half-hour mark. Record signing Ryan Crosdale wasn't bought by the club for his goal-scoring prowess, but playing in a more advanced role, the former Kidderminster man netted his second of the season. The other goal-scorer is known for his prowess, although he won't be presented with many opportunities easier than this. Chris Bush's miscontrol eventually allowing Danny Rowe to score his 16th of the season.
We've controlled the game and dominated it territorially, which we didn't do in the first half, and run out deserving winners, like I say, against a very good team.
They're a very good team on the counter-attack, good movement and everything. You can't legislate for the second goal. You know, at 78 minutes it's 1-0. You've still got a chance of getting something out of the game. And, you know, Chris Bush has made a mistake. The boys there, and as we say, it's Christmas, he's took the present.
Still to come on BT Sport's weekly check on the best of the Vanarama National League, a chance for Dover to escape the bottom four, but would their renaissance continue at the Hive? And with new money coming in at Hartlepool, would there be a change of fortune at Victoria Park? You're watching the best of the fifth tier on BT Sport. We head to the Hive next, with Barnet sought to do something about their dwindling playoff hopes after losing 4 of their last 5. Visitors Dover Athletic were still stuck in the bottom 4, but finally looking up again after 3 wins from their previous 4. Watching this one for us, the 2 Adams, Virgo and Somerton.
Oh, could be a chance here. And it's the youngster who's round the keeper, and he couldn't find the finish. Mason Clark fires wide. And it was a golden opportunity for the Bees.
Oh, a massive, massive opportunity there for Mason Clark.
There could be a chance here, and there is, and it's taken. That's a gorgeous finish from Taylor.
It's all about midfield runners to try and stretch play, and he's done that brilliantly. Finally, that diagonal over the top has worked. It's an excellent finish from him. That is such a difficult technique to do. But he's been Barnet's best player in this second half.
Passley gets it clear. Effiong's chasing. Oh, and he's put Reynolds under pressure, and it's the Effiong. What a chance for the equaliser. Couldn't make the most of that mistake at the back by Callum Reynolds.
Callum Reynolds allows it to bounce. You don't let the ball bounce in that situation. He doesn't deal with it.
Locko's clearance, and it's fallen straight here to... Oh, there could be another chance for Fonguk. Well, they're not putting their opportunities away here, Barnet.
Well, he should have done with the chances that they've had in this second half, and Dover just getting it horribly wrong at the back. It was a good save there for Mitch Walker, because he stayed big as long as possible.
Modeste buys in a good cross. Dover fighting right till the end here. Was there a foul there by Locko? Valetti has been found by Harrison. He's got nothing in the way of support. Might have to go alone. Does go alone and scores. That'll do it for the Bees. All 3 points for John Still's side.
And it's good refereeing as well, because he played the advantage. Could have quite easily given a free kick quite quickly this on Byron Harrison, but he doesn't. He lets the game flow. The 2 substitutes link up brilliantly. Now he's in this situation. You're one-on-one with Scott Doe. You certainly favour Valetti a little bit more. Cuts inside and finishes nice and coolly.
We knew it was going to be tough. Our home form's not been great, to be honest. And we get a bit anxious, and I thought we started okay and we got anxious. We had a strong word in the half-time, it was strong words, but I thought it was constructive words. And all it was saying, look, you're in the team for a reason. Don't worry about making mistakes. Go and do the things that you think you should be doing to help this team. And I thought the second half we were very good.
In order to get back in the playoff hunt, Barnet will have to keep up with the likes of Gateshead, who were looking to tighten their grip on 7th with a trip to struggling Maidstone. Gateshead boss Steve Watson may well spend the next week trying to persuade young Sunderland striker Luke Molyneux to extend his loan deal beyond January. The 20-year-old silenced the home crowd in the 25th minute with this stunning effort. The 2,000-plus home fans had little to cheer in a first half dominated by the visitors and dominated by some spectacular shooting. Robbie Tinkler from even further out than Molyneux, doubling the lead. 10 minutes after the break, Molyneux had seemingly put the game beyond doubt, as his confident finish made it 3-0. However, the home side needed to show their loyal fans that they do have the fight needed for a relegation battle, and an unlikely comeback seemed on the cards when Jake Cassidy tapped in from close range. With 8 minutes to play, the deficit was down to 1 when George McLennan made it 3-2. That was how it ended though. Harry Wheeler's men have now lost 4 in a row, conceding 12.
Playing away to FC Halifax Town, Sutton United hadn't won in 8 in all competitions. The hosts had won only once in their previous 16. In a dull first half in Yorkshire, the closest either team got to breaking the deadlock was through Matty Coslow, who created an opening for himself to test out Jamie Butler. Serving a touchline ban, Paul Doswell wasn't in the visitors' dugout, and right on half-time the Sutton coach, Ian Baird, was sent to the stands after a comment made towards the referee. Then after the interval came subs, including among the match officials. Injured assistant referee Stuart Richardson had to be replaced by 4th official Daniel Guest. The team of officials looked set to be the only talking point from a goalless draw. That was until the 94th minute at the MBI Shea, when debutant Brett Williams persisted, making space to cross for Craig Eastman, who wrapped up all 3 points at Christmas for Sutton. The wait for a victory is finally over.
Last week, Hartlepool United ended their hunt for a new manager by appointing the vastly experienced Richard Money. The 63-year-old had been out of work since October 2017, when he left Solihull Moors after just 26 days. However, he's had plenty of success throughout his managerial career, guiding Walsall to the League Two title in 2007, before helping Cambridge win the FA Trophy and promotion to the Football League in 2014. Money's first league game in charge was against Havant and Waterlooville, whose boss Lee Bradbury had been in talks with Pools over their vacancy. Havant's captain Brian Stock will retire on the 5th of January to take up a coaching role at Bournemouth. He'll take some tips with him on shooting on sight after watching Tyler Frost catch the Pools defence cold in the 12th minute to give the visitors the lead. It was a similar effort that drew Pools level. Liam Noble's shot trickling its way past Ben Dudzinski. The new gaffer gets a point in his first game, but clearly felt short-changed by the performance at Victoria Park.
Results haven't been great at home, so you know there's a nervousness around the stadium and a tenseness around the group. So we need to get over that, and the only way you can get over it is to win games. But look, we didn't lose. Really important to not get beat. But look, I'm well aware that we need to be better than that, and the players are aware they need to be better than that.
Hayes Lane hosted a clash between two sides very much out of form. Bromley hadn't won in 4, and for Maidenhead United it was 1 victory in 10. Alan Devonshire's men almost took the lead inside 20 minutes. Adrian Clifton played Josh Kelly through on goal, but he was unable to get the better of David Gregory. Then, with moments to go until the break in London, a cross from Richard Brindley. A finish by Jack Holland, his first of the season, ended up being decisive. Bromley secure victory for only the 2nd time in 8 matches.
Last week was great, you know, beating Sutton, but this was a bigger game. And I thought we started off really well. They got back into it. You know, we had a couple of free kicks, and then obviously Jack coming up scoring the goal when he did was fantastic, going at half-time 1-0 up. But we knew it was going to be difficult. It was about staying in there, and I think to a man, even the subs when they come on, just put a shift in and knew how important it was to get that win.
Bottom side Braintree had home advantage as they looked for a first league win since the end of October against a Boreham Wood side who haven't enjoyed their time on the road of late. 30 minutes in and Lyle Delaverde's well-controlled volley had the iron in front and on their way to ending that long wait for 3 points. But the drama had only just begun. 5 minutes after the break and Justin Shebu levelled for Boreham Wood to set up an exciting second half. With both teams searching for a winner, it was the home side presented with the opportunity to emerge victorious. Tom Champion brought down teenager Callum Morton. Billy Crooks took the spot kick, but scuffed his shot wide and the points were shared.
So Braintree remain rooted to the bottom but have edged closer to their rivals to beat the drop as Maidstone, Maidenhead, Dover and Chesterfield all lost. Bromley's win gives them some breathing room, while Dagenham are now 10 points clear of trouble as their resurgence continues. Leyton Orient are 4 points clear at the top due to Salford's surprise slip-up. Wrexham are now above Harrogate in third. Fylde's win sees them move up to fifth as Gateshead cling on to the final playoff position despite pressure from Sutton and Eastleigh.
A quick check on the National League North now, where Chester took on Telford United. The home side actually had the better of the opening exchanges, but fell behind to a well-worked free kick. Steph Morley's flighted cross headed in by Amari Morgan-Smith. The Chester response was swift and direct. 4 minutes later, Matty Thompson's long ball flicked on by Anthony Dudley and Akwasi Asante found the corner. That's his 5th goal in just 3 games since joining on loan from Tamworth. Having set up the equaliser, Dudley then won the game. Just after the break, the striker given 2 chances to get his shot on target. The Salford City loanee was clearly worrying the Bucks' defence, and they couldn't deal with him within the laws of the game. A tug from Shane Sutton, enough to earn the last man a red card. As well as the points, Chester pick up a £2,500 win bonus from club donor Stuart Murphy.
The win sees Chester move up to third in National League North, just 4 points behind Bradford Park Avenue. They take over at the summit thanks to a 1-0 win over Hereford and Chorley's surprise 4-2 defeat to Blythe Spartans. Telford meanwhile slipped to 9th. In the south, a 6th straight win keeps Torquay top, but Woking are still within touching distance. After thumping Billericay 4-0, Oxford City move into the final playoff spot with a comfortable victory of their own, but Bath are in hot pursuit after beating Chelmsford 2-0. BT Sport has lots of festive football in the next fortnight. On Saturday, Salford will try and get their title challenge back on track, travelling to inform Barrow. We're live from 12:15 on BT Sport 1 and 4K UHD. It's the same channel on New Year's Day for an important London derby. Bromley will attempt to pull clear of danger, hosting playoff-chasing Sutton. Coverage starts at 7:30 in the evening. And on Sunday, January the 6th, a huge game in the FA Cup third round. Woking of National League South take on the Premier League's Watford. This one's on BT Sport 2 and 4K UHD from 1:30 p.m. Right, we leave you this week as we began with Leyton Orient, who topped the National League at this time of the year by 4 points. The question is, can they maintain recent tradition by becoming the 5th team in 5 years to land the title after being first on Christmas Day? We'll see. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from the entire BT Sport National League team. See you soon.